Hey, what's up? It's Symphony here. Subscribe to my brother Mr. Creepy as Hell channel, and when you're watching his videos, make sure you stay in one piece.
Moving into my own place. Something that should have been a great moment in my life, a huge milestone. But it got turned into something horrific, all thanks to my neighbor. And now, I don't know how I feel. I still live there, and the person that terrorized me, my neighbor, is long gone. And I still have nightmares about what happened. My name is Sasha, and this happened to me when I was 20 years old. I recently saved up enough money to move out of my parents' house and into me a nice little apartment. It was a 1-bedroom apartment, but it was really nice, and it supported me and my 2 cats. My parents helped me get moved into my new apartment. I was grateful for them to help me out. Once I got everything settled, my parents and I talked for a few minutes, and then my mom and dad left. After they left, I cooked me some dinner, and then I sat down on the couch and watched some Hulu with my 2 cats beside me. I was watching American Horror Story, and I was invested into the show until I heard a knock at my door. I got up to go to the door to see who it was, and it was my next door neighbor. From what the other people told me, her name was Miss Maggie, and she was a very quiet and very nice woman. I opened the door and I greeted her. Hi, I'm assuming your name is Miss Maggie, right? My name is Sasha, I greeted her. She responded, well, Sasha, it's really nice to meet you. And yes, my name is Miss Maggie. I just want to welcome you into the neighborhood or the apartment complex. Here, I baked you some cherry pie. It's a little housewarming gift for you. Oh, thank you. I'll put this up in my refrigerator and I'll eat it later. Thank you so much. Hope we get to spend more time together, Miss Maggie, I told her. Oh, don't worry, Sasha. We're gonna spend a lot of time together. Well, I'll talk to you tomorrow. I gotta get up early in the morning. My son is running me to the doctor's. Talk to you later. After she left, I closed my door and locked it, and I sat back down to watch Hulu for about another hour. Then I went off to bed. During the night, as I was sleeping, I suddenly jolted awake. I didn't know why I jolted awake, but then I heard some knocking on my door. It was around 3 a.m., and I didn't feel comfortable opening up the door. I slowly got out of the bed, and I walked it into the living room, and I looked through the peephole. I didn't see nothing at first, and then all of a sudden, my eyes connected with another person's eyes. I nearly jumped back from the door, and then I heard them call out to me, Sasha, it's me, Miss Maggie, could you open the door? I was a bit confused and wondering why Miss Maggie was knocking on my door at 3 o'clock in the morning. I opened the door and I asked her, Miss Maggie, what's going on? It's really late. Is everything alright? Well, I just wanted to tell you to keep it down, okay? I can hear you making noises all the way in my room. I'm trying to sleep. Confused, I asked her. I was asleep. I don't know what noise you're talking about. Maybe you heard it from somewhere else. Don't be dumb. I heard it from you. Be quiet and go off to sleep. You're disturbing me. She then proceeded to walk back into her apartment complex. I was confused, but I was too tired to think about it. I shrugged it off, and I closed and locked the door, and I went back to bed. At around 7 a.m., I got up and got myself together to head off to work, not really thinking about the weird encounter I had with Miss Maggie. When I got back home, I unlocked my apartment door, but as I was doing that, I nearly got startled and dropped my phone when I saw that Miss Maggie's door was cracked open, and I saw her just staring at me. I could see just her eyes. It really weirded me out. I tried to make the situation less awkward and less uncomfortable. Oh, hi, Miss Maggie. Is everything going okay? But she didn't respond to me. Instead, she shut the door. I went back into my apartment and I was just weirded out by Miss Maggie's behavior. I started to feel slightly uncomfortable, but I shrugged it off again. I decided to order me something through DoorDash. I really didn't feel like cooking anything. While I waited for my order through DoorDash, I took a shower, and once I got out of the shower, I made food for my 2 cats, but I only noticed that one of my cats came and ate their food. I looked around for my other cat, but I couldn't find her. I decided to leave it alone for now. Maybe she wasn't hungry and she would probably come later. 30 minutes later, I got my order and I ate my food. And then I sat down and scrolled on my phone for a little bit until it was time for me to head off to bed. A few hours later, I was in bed sleeping, but I was suddenly awoke by my cat meowing. But the way that she meowed was really deep. It felt like something was off with her tone. I got up and I went to the living room and I tried to see what my cat was meowing about. I cut on a lamp, and right in front of me, I was really horrified. It was my other cat, but she was dead. It was a gruesome sight. She was cut open. Everything inside of her insides were gone. But I didn't have time to react. I heard some noises. It sounded like something or someone was eating something. It had this wet, gushy sound to it. I turned and I saw Miss Maggie with blood all over her hands. But what was even worse and what traumatized me was what she had in her hands and what she was eating. It looked to be a heart. It was the heart of my cat. I screamed and yelled. Miss Maggie didn't say anything. She just began to laugh like some crazy lunatic. When she got done eating the heart, she screamed and ran towards me. I quickly ran out of my apartment. Luckily, I had my phone in my pajama pocket. I ran and called 911. As I was doing so, other neighbors opened up the door to see what was all the commotion about. And as they saw her chasing after me with blood all over her, several of the people held her down. She was screaming and cussing at everyone and yelling and just acting crazy. After that, the police officers came and they detained her. They took her in to custody and I gave my statements to the officer. After everything was said and done, I called up my parents, told them that I was going to come over to their place and stay a night or two there. I didn't feel safe staying at that apartment after what went down. A couple of weeks later, I heard that Miss Maggie was placed in a psychiatric care unit where she can undergo some help, which I'm glad, but something was really off about her, and I hope she gets the help that she needs, but at the same time, I really hope she never comes back here. Like I said, I'm still living here, but I'm really scared for some reason, and every time I think about that event of how she killed my cat, it really freaks me out. I am working on moving out of this apartment complex. It holds too much of that dark memory and I don't want to live here anymore. Hopefully I'll be out of here soon.